This is step one in starting a fire. This is what I call a Santa Fe fire stick. The origin of it is unknown. It is listed in museums. Where I got this piece was from a museum. I copied it from a museum. What it is a stick, just regular old stick from the woods, and I have a hole drill in it. It goes all the way through, and then I've got 100% cotton pushed into the hole up to about in here. Now this cotton it comes from the what you make the back rolls of a couch or chairs with. You can get it at any fabric store. And to get this started, after you drill your hole and get this in there, you want to push it up out, and you want to get the end of this charred. You light it with a lighter or a match or something, and it turns it black, and then it becomes char cloth. The char cloth is what ignites with a spark. Without this, you will not have a fire. It will not ignite the pure cotton. It has to be charred. And then once it's charred, you don't want to touch your finger to it, and you don't want it to get wet. If that happens, then you have to cut it off and restart with charring it again. There's something in your finger with the oils, I think, and then of course getting it wet. That's obvious. So I've got a long piece here going into my stick. I got a piece of striper, and then I've got my little pouch that I carry my flint in. Okay, step one to start this is we twist this up. That's how I get it out. Twist it up to where it pokes out of the hole enough so that when you strike your flint, the sparks will go on to the end here. You will see the end has been charred, as I said. Okay, we take our striker and a piece of flint, and we line it up. And in doing this, what you want to do is turn it so when you strike it, the flakes go into the char cloth. You want to keep your fingers behind the metal bar here so they do not hit the flint and cut your fingers. That's what I do a lot, unfortunately. And you want to strike it at an angle here like that. You don't want to hit it down like this, because all you're doing then is breaking your flint, and it won't do anything. And you don't want to hit it too much of an angle the other way, because then you'll be just doing nothing. So our first sparks will pop down onto the char cloth. We're going to try it. Up, they're going the other way. Okay, there we go. Well, it didn't take. Okay, that one took. And there we have the char cloth ignited. And you can see it's burning really good. Now to get this to step two, what we would do is have all our stuff for our regular fire ready. We would push this up enough to where we could cut it off with a knife, and it pops down into what I call a bird nest, and that's where you actually blow onto it, which ignites into a flame, starting your fire. Okay, let's put this out, and we'll move to step number two. And to do that, we pull it back down its little home there in a hole, and we plug up all the holes, and we put our finger over it and plug this end up, or you can do it this way. Plug it up, and once you take the air away from it, it goes out. And you want to make sure you pull it down in there a little bit, because you don't want to stick your hand there, your thumb, and burn the end of your thumb, because it is going when you first put your char cloth down in the hole. So it's not ignited anymore, and therefore it's safe, and you can carry your fire everywhere you want. This is definitely good for fire carry, and I've got my little fire carry here, which is a water spider cut into the wood, and just different designs I put on here. And you don't have to be real fancy with this. It can just be a plain old piece of wood. And I've got a hole drill in the side, which I hang my pouch and my fire starter from, my striker, excuse me. And My flint goes in this little pouch here, and that's how I take care of my fire kit. Okay. Starting a fire, step 2. Now we have our char cloth going, and we've got our fire stuff set up. Before you start a fire, you want to make sure that you've got all your little wood, medium-sized wood, and larger wood to get your fire started set up in front of you, right where you can reach it, handy. You don't want to start a small part of your fire and then be running around trying to gather wood. That's a good way for it to go out. So you have everything ready to go. Now what we're ready to do now is we're going to we're going to cut that into our bird nest. You see it, the reason we call it a bird nest is because it looks like a bird nest. And we're going to drop the lighted char cloth into here. We're going to hold it up. We're going to blow up into it. This is to assure that we do not burn our face. If we hold it down when it blows into a flame, it'll burn our eyes and the rest of our face. So we hold it up and away from our face so we do not get burnt. Okay. Starting fire, step 2. Push our little beginner up there. Take our knife, cut it, and it'll fall right down into our nest. Pick it up. And there's our fire. I want to get some wood on it. Oh. This isn't exactly dry. And this is starting a fire with semi-wet bird nest and materials. It's been raining a lot here, so everything is kind of wet. And you get your little small stuff started. Once you got that going, you can add bigger stuff. You want to make sure that you got your smaller stuff going, and looks like it's going to do pretty good. And there we go. Okay, and we can add our bigger stuff and get our fire going. Of course, this was just a demonstration, but you can see it works really well, even with semi-dry bird nest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this out, and there you have step number 2, step number 1, starting a fire, and you can see it works really well.